Welcome back, everyone. We were just browsing the AI agent store site again. Always find some interesting specialized tools popping up there.
Definitely. Constantly evolving.
And today, well, we landed on one called Klaaryo. Its mission statement really caught my eye. It says that it wants to bring back the human part of hiring.
Right. Which is interesting given what it does.
Exactly, because it does that by simplifying, the really tedious high-volume stuff.
So essentially, we're looking at an AI recruiting agent. Its main job is candidate screening and engagement.
Okay, let's unpack that a bit. What does Klaaryo actually do? The unique thing seems to be how it engages candidates.
Yeah, it's all through WhatsApp. That's the primary channel.
WhatsApp, okay, so it just starts talking to candidates on there.
Pretty much. For every new opening, it initiates the conversation, skips the whole email inbox black hole situation.
Interesting. And what kind of conversation are we talking about?
Well, it's surprisingly functional. It covers, that whole early stage of recruitment.
So not just saying hello.
No. It evaluates basic skills, probably based on keywords and responses, answers all those common questions about salary, working hours, benefits, the usual stuff.
The FAQs, basically.
Exactly. The things recruiters answer over and over again. Plus, and this is big, it handles the logistics.
Logistics like scheduling.
Scheduling, yes,
Yeah.
and rescheduling, even cancellations, all handled by the agent.
Wow, okay. That is a big chunk of recruiter time. And this leads to something else that jumped out the autonomy level.
Yeah, the 75%.
75%. That feels really high for something interacting with potential hire.
It is high. And that figure really tells you about its core design. It's meant to manage that whole early pipeline, pretty much end to end.
Providing support 24/7, I saw.
Right. Constant availability without needing a human there all the time. It keeps things moving, even after hours.
Okay, but wait. 75% automation
Uh-huh.
via WhatsApp. How does that bring back the human part? Seems like it does the opposite.
Well, that's the interesting angle, isn't it? The idea is by automating that 75%, the repetitive, high-volume tasks, like scheduling, FAQs, basic screening.
The admin burden.
Precisely. It frees up the human recruiters, the TA team, HR managers, whoever's using it, to focus on the other 25%.
And that 25% is?
That's supposed to be the real human stuff. The in-depth interviews, really assessing cultural fit, handling complex negotiations, proper onboarding, high-value interactions, not just processing applications.
Okay, I see the logic now.
Yeah.
Shifting human effort away from the repetitive grind.
That's the pitch. And the sources do mention concrete benefits like less manual follow-up needed.
And fewer no-shows, probably because the communication is faster and more direct on WhatsApp. People actually see those messages.
Exactly, which boosts response rates. And it seems particularly useful in certain sectors.
Which ones?
The ones mentioned specifically are hospitality, retail, and logistics.
Oh, okay. High volume, often high turnover industries. Makes sense. Roles where maybe the initial screening isn't super complex.
Right, that 2 course of 7 availability and quick communication are probably huge advantages there.
So it sounds pretty effective for that niche. But what are the limitations? What's missing? Or where are the potential weak spots?
Well, the main thing based on what's available is the scope. Its effectiveness outside those core industries, hospitality, retail, logistics, isn't really clear.
So if you're hiring, say, highly specialized software engineers.
Yeah, exactly. A 75% automated WhatsApp screening might not be the right approach there. We just don't have much public info on how well it works for more complex roles or potential issues when scaling it.
Got it. So if we boil it down, Klaaryo is basically an automation tool focused on those high volume, often repetitive tasks right at the start of the hiring funnel.
Yeah, designed to take that administrative weight off the recruitment team. The promise is efficiency, yes, but the stated goal is enabling more meaningful human interaction later on.
Okay, so that brings us back to the core question. We've seen how it pushes automation quite far in those early stages.
Right, that's 75%.
So the final thought for you, the listener, to consider is this. Does automating 3/4 of the initial recruitment process really bring back the human part of hiring, like Klaaryo claims? Or does it just shift where the human part is allowed to begin?
Something to think about.
Definitely. And you can find more tools like Klaaryo tackling all sorts of specific problems over at aiagentstore.ai.
And if you found this useful, please do take a second to rate the show. It really helps. Thanks for listening.